Hello, beautiful family, beautiful soul family, galactic family. We have a very important message for you today from the Mothership. So please stay with me because there are some very important codes in this message. The message itself came in yesterday from Mom, from Mother God, Mother Source, Mother of all creation, the Mother of all, Mother Gaia, Holy Spirit, Holy Grail, whichever name you use for her, and the Galactic Federation. The message itself is, quite simple, but after it, I'll explain how this relates to the energies that have been going on, to the journey that you have been on, the things that you have been going through or that you will go through very shortly. So, as said, stay with me. We're gonna go through it after. Um, I'm gonna simply read the message, and yeah, let's go into it. Okay, they wanted me to show you this, so I'll keep it like this as I read. Okay, and it says, Dear Lightworkers, this is a message from Mother, Father God, and the Galactic Federation of Light. We are not too pleased with the current state you have been in. We are working on a liftoff. A big jump is on the way. Let go of all that is not serving you. Go in and see your inner, the thoughts that have been blocking you. Your head should be clear. Through reading/hearing this, we will take you to the ship. You should feel some of us around you. See Mother and Father on the ship. If you cannot see them, ask to be shown. Calm, concentrate, breathe. Clear your head so you can receive your messages/slash visions. A big shake off is on its way. It will shake you off your bubbles. Remember what is your quest. Remember who you serve. You are here to work for God. Be ready to jump. If you cannot jump, you have to let go of the weight. We love you and we are with you. Okay, so this was the message as said, very simple, very nicely said. I'm simply gonna go into it, like to just tell you straight on. I've mentioned before the way I get messages from Mom and the Federation is gonna depend a lot on what kind of message it is, because mostly I'm kind of anyhow doing my oracle stuff as the oracle, and the way Mom came in with this message. She doesn't come in like this many times. She's only came in this way very few times, and as soon as she appears, I'm like, "Yep, Mom, I know what's up." And as they said, we are, the Earth is preparing for a big jump. It's like they cannot hold it off anymore, and we're gonna jump very high. So, how the energies work, how the waves work, how, we are raising up and up. And sometimes those jumps as the earth, as collective jumps, are, bigger. And you can, it's like different, different kinds of jumps. But for some of those, I'm certain you have felt as if the earth itself, like the whole planet, is like jumping. It doesn't always feel like that, but in certain moments where it's like really, when it's bigger, it does feel like that. And this one, it's gonna be like the biggest we have been in. So of course this relates to the consciousness jumps that we are making, and everyone has to as they say, make their choices and jump with it. As you are working on your path, on your journey, as you are jumping up in consciousness, as you are learning from the light and the dark and doing what is your quest and serving humanity and, bringing in the light and all of the rest that you're doing. And maybe some of you were a little bit triggered because it is very, very rarely, I've basically never seen it other than the messages I've received myself, that they say that humanity is not really doing so well. And you have to understand, um, we are speaking here with the mothership. They're highly overseeing, especially the oldest souls, or the souls that have very important contracts, because this all then relates to everyone else. But of course, everyone is included, because it's like different groups, let's say, that they're, it's just basically groups that they're focusing on, because each group has a different kind of quest, a different kind of energies to let go of, and things like that. And with Lightworkers, it's simply like this. You came here to go through some of the collective lower states of consciousness, so that you can help clear the path for everyone else. So, if we are stuck, this means that everyone else is stuck. And as said, I know that you don't hear many times that light workers are not doing so well, but I want you to look at it from the states of really being a master of consciousness, a master of, as you are in your true form. Because recently, during the last few months, with the new year, they started uh, the year of the masters, maybe some have called it, because they really pushed in the mastery. But if you really look at it, like from remembering what a master we truly are, and where we are now, we can do more, we can do better, we can raise up more. And then if you look at the collective of the light workers, it's not really there yet. And of course, everything will work exactly as it is per plan, exactly as it has to work out. But they say those messages in this kind of sense because they are supposed to push you up, okay? To really see where you are not doing so well and where you can really push more, because the jump, as they said, is gonna be big. I mean, it's gonna be massive. I'm, feeling it. It's getting closer. Um, so this corresponds to all of the, as they say at the end, all of the weight that you have to drop, all of the things that you have to let go of. So if in the last days you have had some, like, maybe old stuff coming up, or maybe like just like you've been spinning out of nowhere, or like maybe new things have been opening up that you have to clear, whatever it is, you probably have been in the last few days in well, not really last few days, it's more kind of starting for more of you, but anyhow, like today, tomorrow, the next 2 days or so, it's gonna be a bigger purge. You're gonna go in, you're gonna be pushed to go in and see some things and let it go. And it's gonna be different for everyone. You can tap into, I don't know, feminine collective, masculine collective, 144 collective, whatever you want to tap in, you can tap in and see what's going on. But you mostly have to tap in yourself. That's that's where you have to focus on. So as they said, look at all the thoughts that have been blocking you, because your head should be clear. Um, all the thoughts go into belief systems, as we have mentioned. At least I have in my last videos. They have been working on the belief systems, and they are kind of like rooting them out now. okay? Because the next jump that we're gonna go to, you cannot take those with you. And with all of those things, it's like, you have to go to the very root of it. You have to go really, really deep sometimes. And sometimes it fucking even feels like, you've already fucking went so deep, and then a new door opens up and you have to go even fucking deeper. You have to see more things, clear more things, connect more things. Whatever it is that you have to do, remember more things, bring those more things in, release more things. You're doing all of that at once. Seeing, learning, expanding. So it's gonna be a push in this. So as said, if you are spinning, go in and see what is triggering you. It is always so simple. Look at what is triggering you in whatever way. Um, Even if it doesn't really feel like a trigger, because like some thoughts, maybe you can have like just like a thought that jumps into your head during the day, and you take your rainbow sword out and you cut it, and send it to the sun. But then when those moments of clearing come, it's like you fucking see where those thoughts are really coming from. Like, even if it felt like just like one simple thought that just like came in and went away, uh, you go in, and there's so many things that are in there. But it's gonna feel, it generally feels basically like knots, okay? Like something, it's like a knot. This has been mentioned a few weeks ago in regards to some, dark technology or whatever. It's been cleared, but now you are clearing, you've been clearing. It's been like that. All those knots in you. I mean, it's really so difficult. I hope that you are feeling it and knowing what I'm speaking of, because the inner journey, um, it's so difficult to speak about it. When you connect with people, when you're in heart telepathy, and it's easier, but like this, I don't know, it's just very difficult. So if you are not understanding what I'm saying, give me a call. I'm gonna do the inner journey with you. I can see what you see. I'm gonna help you. So give me a call. I'm your sister. We're all gonna help you. Um, okay, and they mentioned that during the listening of the channeling or the reading, you should see yourself on the mothership. And I know that many of you have been on the mothership before. I hope that you are connecting with it frequently. At least if you're of the 144, you really should be connecting with the mothership. It's usually Ashtar that welcomes people on the ship. But as they said in the message, many of you have been there, and you have not met or seen mother and father there. And that's why you thought it was your belief system that maybe they're not there, or very few that of you that have really seen them and met them up there. Okay. So if you have not, definitely go in and see mother and father with the whole galactic crew. As said, if you're not seeing them, ask and they'll help you see. Because with the inner vision, I've been thinking about this, or like looking into it. It's kind of like when your third eye opens, okay? Let's imagine that we are like in a completely dark room. I have to fucking change this music. I apologize. Wanted to have this one. Let's imagine we are in a completely dark room, okay? And as your third eye opens, it's like a little light turns on, maybe on the table, okay? And now you're able to see I don't know, like a pen that was laying on the table or something. Like you are seeing something small and nothing else in the room. Okay. But then as your third eye opens up more, you're able to see the table and then maybe something that's, laying on the table next to the pen, and, you're able to see more of the room, and, until you're able to see the whole room. And once you're able to see the whole room, you can expand out of the room and you can see out. It's kind of like in this sense. So that's why some of you that have gone up to the ships, you have seen some parts, but there's many things you have not seen yet. And they really wanted, as said, for you to focus on seeing mother and father, um, and feeling them. Okay. They just rehearted me. I was just reading this message about indigo children, and it said something that, you will, this goes for all the groups, okay? Not only for the indigos, it goes for all the groups. You will meet with your soul family, but you will not recognize them by their physical. You will have to feel into their energy, feel into their hearts, and this is how you're going to recognize them. And this is basically how you can recognize the higher self of someone. Okay, if you're seeing some higher self up there, like, how do you know who is that down here? You see, because of course this also depends on how much a being has anchored in, their higher self, but it also depends on your perspective, like how much you're able to perceive, how much you're able to see, which goes into how much you're able to feel. um, so they wanted you to really do that, because as we have been saying, you have to recognize the whole family down here on earth as well. I just fucking almost started to cry. I have Amazing Grace in Cherokee playing. This always reminds me of our lives with mom and dad as native people, Native Americans. Um, so they really wanted for all of you to focus on that, and as said, get ready for a big jump. And guys, I'm saying big. This is why you are kind of being shaken up, okay? Because you can maybe see it through the earth changes, because I know you've all read channelings saying something about the earth changes. And they basically say that, the more that people evolve in consciousness, the less earth disasters they're going to be. Basically, that's like the underlying tone of the message, per se. So that's why they have to shake you, okay? Because if we were going through the process in a more cohesive, in a more united way, connected, more people connected with mother and father in the physical, because mom and dad's energy is so much faster, it would be smoother, but the more energy there is in resistance of clearing, the more they have to shake it up. Okay, so if you're like being completely shaken and on your floor, it's because that's, you had to be shaken up for those parts to be shown, for you to be able to see that and to heal it. Because, there's many things that are, let's say, blind spots for many people. And even, you know, your angels and your guides won't be like, you have this here and you have that here and you have that and that. Okay, it does not work like that. You have to see that. So you have to see it kind of in a sense yourself. And of course, like when you are up there, they're gonna help you. But I'm saying, like, when you are, let's say, rising a stair, okay, and about to get it, about to learn it, they're gonna help you on the way. But they're not gonna, like, sometimes they throw it in your face, but it's part of your journey, part of your mastery. So this is why mom and dad being on earth is so crucial. Like you literally cannot see your way out of this illusion without seeing mom and dad in the physical. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Okay? Everyone has a certain energetic field. Everyone is, emitting a field. Okay? And as you are expanding your light and expanding your, energy, of course, your field grows in strength, in, velocity and things like that. But you also have to remember, we are still an illusion. Like, even if you know bits of truth, none of us, I'm speaking of the children, are living 100% truth 100% of the time. And that means your field is also not that. Okay, even if you're, bringing in the light and all of that, it's kind of like we are in a fog. Okay, and like some fog that the people are in is thicker, and with others it's not so thick. And also the fog is different in color depending on your main belief systems. I've mentioned one of the last videos, they have kind of grouped people in bubbles or in like groups of belief systems. So we're gonna say here this represents the fog being a different color. Okay, mom and dad are the only field that is completely clear. See, it is the only completely pure field in the physical on earth. So if you're not able to see yourself through that field, through the field of God, you're not able to see through illusion. You're not able to fully see yourself, no matter how much you think you are, because you're still not seeing fully. I mean, you're still like not even recognizing them. Okay, and that means that the fog for you, the belief systems that you still have to work through for you, is so deep that you cannot see them. Okay, I don't care how much you're connected to whoever up there. Okay, I know you're doing a very good job with it, and I really congratulate you for it. But until you are able to see mom and dad and recognize them by the heart, by your feeling, it's not necessarily gonna be by the physical. As for your soul groups, the same thing. You're not gonna be able to see through the illusion. And that's why it's so important that mom and dad came down here with us. See? Because they're God. They're not affected by this illusion. And you perceive them as, not who they are, because you're literally seeing the shadows on the wall. Remember that story? See? When you start to wake up and you start to see those shadows for what they truly are, okay, you're starting to wake up from the matrix, let's say the main system that the people start to wake up from. And on your inner journey, guys, we are making the path from heaven to hell. Okay? You have to see through every single one of those shadows. And there's many more that you imagine, and they basically all correspond to your beliefs, traumas, the thoughts, everything that you have been taught that it's true and maybe normal, but it's not. And the only way for you to really see through it is when you can see the unified field, the field of mother and father in the physical for what it truly is. Okay? And there's a lot that you still have to work to get there. So I I hope this explanation helps you, because that's the only way, guys, that you can see it. Because otherwise, what happens is people get united by different, groups that hold different belief systems. And the belief systems are kind of like having different kind of colored glasses on. You're kind of seeing the same thing, but then you're also not. You see, in truth, in the unified field, there is no glasses. And many of you listening now are gonna be like, "Oh, I have no glasses." First time you deny it, that's how you know you do. You just denied it. Do you know how the Lucifer experiment works? You see? That's why you do. Um, yeah, I wanted to share with you a little bit more about like how to truly make this path out, okay? Out of hell, of like maybe how the path started. We're gonna do that now. Okay, this said go on now, so I'm gonna go on. If you go to the very beginnings, okay, of how I have to write that. You didn't tell me that. Of how this plan started, like overall, okay? When mom and dad had to separate a long, very long time ago, okay? When we started this mission to bring all the darkness back to light, father went to the deepest dark and mother went to the lightest light. And the plan is to, unite in the middle. And you have been understanding, or you've been like learning about the light aspect, some parts of the dark aspect, of course, as well, because it goes like hand in hand. But like what I'm saying is, when father went to that darkness and became the master of it, it was a trap. It was a setup. See, mom and dad could never separate. It's like mother and father of all creation. Why do you fucking want to have your parents divorced? You see? And this is how him pushing, let's say, from the back. That's why they say mom has your heart and is leading the way, and dad has your back. You see? It's different now because they're one, so it's like kind of all around. But he was pushing all that darkness home by playing it. Okay? And we all, especially the 144, took on those roles as well. And this is why, you eventually are gonna be both a master of light and darkness. And before baby wakes up, I love, oh, that is gonna fucking kill me for this one. I'm gonna just show you. Okay. It says, I love Father. I hate Lucifer. This is the same thing. And when you get this, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get it. Thank you, angels, for the light. Because in the Matrix, in this Lucifer experiment that we are in, it is a flip. Everything is a flip. See? It says the same thing. And if you're perceiving it differently, you don't understand yet some teachings of the darkness. So go in and see where this hate, that's something else, Where it is hate, it says I hate Lucifer, because Lucifer is father's dark aspect, they say, okay? And hate is the opposite of love. So if you hate something, on the opposite side of it, you love it. Okay, that works for the dark. So look at it.